I raised my siblings while mom was in a coma. I was 15 years old when I became a mother to my 2 younger siblings. Not by choice, but because our father died and our mother slipped into a coma on the same night. It was a Tuesday in October. Dad had been fighting cancer for 8 months. Mom was holding his hand in the hospital when the machine started beeping. 20 minutes later, Dad was gone. Mom collapsed right there in the hallway. We thought she'd fainted from grief, but she didn't wake up. The doctor said it was a stroke brought on by shock. She slipped into a coma. In one night, I lost both my parents. My brother Tommy was 10. My sister Lily was 7. And I had just turned 15. We had no family except Dad's brother Richard and his wife Linda. They lived 2 hours away and agreed to take us in, but made it clear we were a burden. Uncle Richard complained constantly about the cost of feeding us. Aunt Linda made me do all the housework. Cooking, cleaning, laundry. If I didn't do it perfectly, she'd scream at me in front of Tommy and Lily. Tommy started wetting the bed. Lily stopped talking, and I was just trying to hold everything together while barely keeping up with school. Then Uncle Richard told me they couldn't afford us anymore, that I needed to figure something out or they'd call social services. I was terrified they'd split us up, send my siblings to different foster homes. That night, I started searching online for ways to make money. I was 15 with no work permit, no experience, but I found freelance websites with small jobs. Data entry, typing, basic editing. $5 for an hour of work. I'd stay up until 2 in the morning working, wake at 6 for school, do housework, help with homework, then work online again. 4 hours of sleep a night. After 3 months, I'd saved $200. Used it to take an online graphic design course. Taught myself Photoshop through YouTube. By 16, I was doing logo designs and social media graphics. $50 per project. Started getting regular clients. I'd give Uncle Richard money every month. It kept him from complaining as much. When I turned 18, I moved us out. Found a tiny 2-bedroom apartment. Tommy and Lily shared a room. I slept on the couch, but it was ours. I'd been building my freelance business for 3 years. Had steady clients. Made enough to cover rent and food. Barely. I worked every spare moment. Took online college courses. Learned web design and digital marketing. Tommy was 13 now with straight A's. Lily was 10 and thriving. I made sure they had everything they needed. By 21, my freelance work had grown into a small agency. I hired help, made decent money, moved us into a better apartment. I visited mom every single week. 6 years in a coma. Doctors said she might never wake up, but I'd sit beside her bed and tell her everything. About Tommy's baseball, Lily's choir, my business. By 23, my agency had 15 employees and major corporate clients. I bought a house with a backyard. Tommy and Lily each had their own rooms. Tommy was 17 getting college acceptance letters. Lily was 14 wanting to become a teacher. I'd done it. Against every odd. Then 2 years ago, on a random Thursday, the hospital called. Mom was awake. I grabbed Tommy and Lily, drove 90 miles an hour. When we walked into her room, she was sitting up, awake. She looked at us and started crying. I was 25. Tommy was 19. Lily was 16. She'd missed 10 years. As she recovered, we told her everything. About Uncle Richard, about me working online, about how we survived. She kept apologizing. Saying she'd failed us, I told her she didn't fail us. That she taught me to be strong, to protect the people I love, to never give up. Last week we had dinner at my house. Mom's still recovering, relearning the world. Tommy's in his 2nd year of college studying engineering. I'm paying his full tuition. Lily's applying to colleges. Wants to be a special education teacher. Mom looked around my house, photos on walls, awards from my business, Tommy's trophies, Lily's medals, tears streaming down her face. She told me how proud she was, how proud Dad would be. That broke me. I cried for the first time in years, really cried. Let out all the fear and exhaustion and loneliness I'd carried since I was 15. But they were also tears of relief, because we'd made it, all of us, together. I was 15 when I lost my childhood. Had to become an adult overnight. Had to sacrifice everything to keep my family together, but I'd do it all again. Every sleepless night, every moment of doubt, every time I wanted to give up but couldn't. Because family isn't about biology. It's about showing up, about protecting each other, about refusing to let go when everything falls apart. I lost 10 years with my mother, but I gained the knowledge that I'm stronger than I ever thought possible. And now, finally, we can start healing together.